Hey everyone, it's Mike the Star Turtle, and today I'll be reviewing Game of Thrones Season 5, Episode 2, The House of Black and White. Another good, solid episode. Still not among the series' best, obviously, but we're still in the early setup part of the season. We obviously didn't get to see much of the House of Black and White that this episode gets its title from, like, not much at all. Basically, we had to see Arya in Braavos. The second time we've seen Braavos, saw it once. I believe it was I forget what episode it was in last season, and I'm sorry, that giant statue, much like the wall, there is no possible way they could have built that with medieval technology without the use of magic. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if there's any. I know there's a little bit about the statue in lore. I don't know if they talked about it too much in lore, but it's. Yeah, that statue, they had to use magic to make that statue. I'm sorry, but anyway, Arya got that ride from that sailor we saw at the end of the last season, and I honestly think I remember I talked about last review. I think I honestly think that that cult of assassins, whose name of which I forget, damn it, but the way that sailor. Kind of just like when he dropped her off, it seemed like he was more out of respect than out of fear. Like that group of assassins, it makes you wonder. Maybe that's why the Iron Bank still is there. It's never been overthrown by Westeros. Like this League of Assassins is what helps protect Iron Bank and all of Braavos and keeps it a free city. So I want to hopefully get more information about that. I'd like to know more. Yeah, pretty much just letting her stand out in the cold rain for a while before taking her back in. I don't know I thought that was kind of pointless, but I guess it was just to see how committed she was. Make sure she knew what she was doing. Can't really think of a better reason, but maybe we'll go into it in the next episode. But we briefly got to see that's that guy from season 2, although it wasn't really, or is it really the guy? We don't really know. It's all ambiguous because they can change their faces at all times, apparently. So. It definitely looks like Arya's gonna be getting training from them, though. That can be for better or for worse. I honestly don't know. We'll see. Next up, we got Brienne and Podrick. They met Littlefinger and Sansa at a tavern randomly, which I know is a moment that was not from the books. Which I gotta stop making notes of that because I haven't read the books. I only know what people have told me about what isn't in the books. But I've never read them anyway, so I shouldn't make a difference. But yeah, that was a cool little moment. Shame that Sansa doesn't trust, Brienne, which, again, same reason Arya had. She really, after everything they've been through, you can't really blame her for not trusting anybody. Even, at this point, even Brienne was like, yeah, I don't blame you. But it was, I guess Littlefinger, of course, wanted to see who she was, so he sent his rather pathetic Knights of the Vale after her, and she pretty much dispatched most of them pretty easily, and they almost got Podrick, but then they're pretty. Like those Knights of the Vale really are worthless. Other people have pointed that out. And of course, Brienne used her Valyrian steel sword some more and cut another guy's sword in half. So that was pretty cool. It's actually the first real. Actually, this is the first real action scene we've had so far this season. Was there anything? Next up, we finally get to see Dorne, however briefly, and it's King Julian Bashir. Good old Dr. Julian Bashir, now the King of Dorne. Another one of those awesome actors who does not get enough to do. But you didn't get to see him do much. Just Illyria, obviously, understandably pissed after what happened last season. After seeing Oberyn die by getting his eyes gouged out and head crushed by the mountain while screaming in agony and his teeth already knocked. I still hate that scene. I said it before. I hate that scene. But he probably sees that every time she closes her eyes because they were her and Oberyn were long time. The father, she's the mother of his 4 youngest daughters. So yeah, and then she of course wants revenge, but then again Bashir's like, sorry, King Doran or whatever that's his name, but Doran's like, yeah, I'm pissed about this too, but what the fuck are we gonna do? We're not gonna go to war over this, and we're not gonna punish Cersei and Jaime's daughter over this. We don't Oberyn was right. We don't hurt little girls in Dorne. We're not the fucking Lannisters, and that's good. I'm glad he's glad there are still good people in this world. However few there are, and though I'm sure he's probably gonna get killed because of it. 'Cause all the good people usually get killed because of it. But and Illyria's like, yeah, second you do die, I'm gonna handle this my own way. And she mentioned the Sand Snakes, but we unfortunately still don't get to see the Sand Snakes. Hopefully, we'll see you in the next episode. Back in King's Landing. Seriously's her usual bitch self. And yeah, so Jaime decides to go. I knew Jaime and Bronn were going to team up, and now he decides to take Bronn and go on a secret mission to go find. What's the daughter's name? Damn it. Marcella, I think. Yeah, Marcella. And yep. So yeah, just briefly got to see Bronn, who, despite the fact that he's no longer a sellsword, or at least doesn't want to be, he's still happy to not have his life in danger anymore. Although I have a feeling he'd probably get bored eventually. But he was kind of legitimately pissed when Jaime tried to recruit him on this mission and pretty much, actually no, not recruit, pretty much draft him into it. But he promised him even better standing in King's Landing afterward, or at least in Westeros afterwards. But I still think he might. Okay, I'm saying for sure he's gonna die, but I still feel he might die by the end of this season. But who knows? We'll see. But I'm always glad to see team ups. So it'll be good to see more of Jaime and Bronn. We did not get enough of that in the last season. We only got like 2 scenes. They were cool scenes. I would like more of it. So we'll definitely like to see more of them. More of them engaging in some banter. And kicking ass, of course. Another awesome note. Jon Snow is finally the motherfucking Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. It's been a long time coming, and fuck Alistair. I'm sorry, Alistair Crowley, whatever his name. Oh no, that's Alistair Crowley, something else. Alistair, what's his name? Fuck him. I get you to be a stern, tough leader, but you go too far. And I'm glad he's not in power. Although it was a close election, so this isn't over. There's still gonna be some animosity. But yeah, and like I knew Jon was good. Like it was cool that Stannis offered him that position of become Lord of the North, the new Jon Stark. But I knew from the beginning there's no way he would take it. You also surprisingly, Stannis chose not to punish him for what happened for putting Mance out of his misery. But I think it's probably because Stannis knows he needs him. So we'll see what happens next. I don't like. Obviously, the wildlings are still. Yeah, we still didn't get to see the wildlings' reaction to Mance's execution too. We briefly got to see a few of them last episode, but we didn't really sadly we didn't get to see their reaction. But it was cool to see Stannis' daughter and Gilly, do like Stannis' daughter teaching her how to read, and then Stannis' bitch wife comes in and he's a bitch. Now she's not quite much of a bitch with Cersei because she's more subservient to Stannis, but she's still a bitch. But then we also got to see Stannis stand up to motherfucking what's his name? Not Meryn Trant, the other fucking guy from King's Landing who got out of the wall. Jonas Slint. So got to see him put in his place. That was cool. But it's awesome that it's not often that a guy who does good gets rewarded on the show. So, but it was really awesome to see Jon Snow become the Lord Commander. We're probably not going to see any more good things happen for a while though, because we know how this show is. Good things only happen like 25% of the time at best on the show. So, let's brace ourselves for some more bad shit going down. We briefly got to see more of Tyrion and Varys in this rather elaborate wagon. Like I'm not sure. I don't know if they might make advanced wagons like that in the old. I don't know if they ever made it in the Old West. But like that's a pretty big, luxurious wagon. I'd be worried about getting motion sickness in it though. That's my only complaint about. But it was really just a brief conversation, just more talking about more of the same. But the conversations are always well written and well acted, but nothing progressive. And like I said, I still think they're not. If they ever do meet Daenerys, it won't be until the very last couple episodes this season. But it may not even happen at all until the next season. So yeah, I think we won't see them again for another couple episodes. And finally, we had Daenerys. Them finding one of these sons of the Harpy and attempted to almost about to almost executing him, and then finally, in probably the first like legitimately respectable thing I've seen him do since he got here, Bella Barristan Selmy comes and just straight up tells Daenerys, yeah, all those rumors about the Mad King that you thought were propaganda by your father's enemies, no, they're right. Your father was a horrible, crazy, psychotic piece of shit who did some really fucked up things, and I'm glad she finally knows that now. Her reaction kind of seemed a little too. I feel like she would have tried to deny it more, but at least I guess it at least he realized it now, so that's good. That's good. And she tried to give the son of Harpy that they captured trial, and then one of the people on her council, a former slave, just took his own initiative and executed him himself. And I get why she couldn't let it go. She had to make sure examples were made when people take justice into their own hands, because that's supposed to be law and order exists for a reason. But then she chose to execute him. She should have just given a longer speech, but personally, she should have just given him a trial after what he did, in order to help keep in line with things. And now there's even more unrest, and the Unsullied can only do so much, as awesome as they are. Though I'm still waiting for the big action scene where we finally get to see how badass they really are, which will probably happen again. Probably won't happen until the end of this season. And she finally reunited with her one dragon that's still out in his own, Drogon. And at least he didn't snap at her like he did. I think they did the season 4 premiere. But he's gotten pretty fucking big. Like, he's pretty much almost like full grown, almost if not full grown at this point. But she still can't control him. But at least he seemed to recognize her, and he seemed he seemed to come there for her. But he ended up flying away. At least he didn't burn the city at all on his way out too. So that was like Smaug did. Like, I almost thought he was gonna start breathing fire in the middle of the city while he was flying up, like that scene in Battle of Five Armies. But at least he didn't do that. So, but yeah, so like I said, another good episode. Still not amazing, but definitely really good. Looking forward to more, and want to see the Sand Snakes. Want to see the High Sparrow. He still hasn't been introduced yet. I mean, Jonathan Pryce. I really want to see Jonathan Pryce. Jonathan Pryce is another one of those awesome actors. So. And I definitely want to see more of Julian Bashir. Because, yeah. Alright, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. You guys know the drill about that. And like what you're listening to, subscribe, and check out the rest of my videos if you're still a newcomer to my channel. And if you have any criticism or anything like that, or you have any suggestions on how I can make my channel better, go ahead and let me know. I can't promise you I'll follow through with all your suggestions, but do what I can. Take care.